All right, welcome back, everybody. Session 2. Dirty Old Bastards Wicked Cushion 360 series. The lights are on over the Knoxville Raceway. About 50 cars checked into this one. Waiting for the last 2 minutes of their opening practice session to wind down. They'll go to qualifying after that. If you were here for session number 1, you saw Alex Bergeron come from 20th to take the win. He passed for the lead with about 2 to go on David Heileman. Heileman came home second. Ernie Williams in the third spot. We saw Josh Steinke extend his points lead over Chris Roberts. Roberts unable to make the feature race. Josh Steinke coming home in the fourth spot in the session. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Do not forget likes, shares, and follows, whether you are on one of the Facebook pages, over on YouTube, or on Twitch. Be sure to give us that like, that share, or that follow. Subscribe to us over on YouTube. You'll know every time we go live. On our way to 5,000 followers on the Facebook page. Very close to the 4,800 followers mark. Trying to plan something pretty special for you guys when we reach 5,000. At 3,000, we did a couple of races, did a bunch of giveaways. This time, going to do things just mildly different. Not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but we're still going to try to do a few giveaways. Have some fun with it. Welcome everybody in. If this is your first time, make sure to give us a like, a share, a follow. Let us know you're here. Let us know it's your first time. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Gordon. About 10 seconds left in the practice session, and then we will go to our national anthem before we get ready for heat races here. Probably going to have about 5 heat races. 53 total cars checked in for this one.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, thank you, Mr. Foley, once again. Fantastic rendition of our national anthem. As you can see, qualifying starting to wind down. Craig Dunn just now knocking Sir Fencelot off the top spot. Austin Carr into the third spot. Kruger and Henley rounding out that top 5 in qualifying. These guys are going to wrap up the session. Going to get ready for our first of what should be 5 heat races. Wait for cars to start gridding out. Heat race number 1 about to be on top of us here. We're going to try this one more time, see if it works out. On the pole, the X Machine, going to be Mike Keegan to his outside. Going to be the 210 of the Dirt Track Terror, James Tiernan. That's not doing it right. Dang it. A row 2 on the inside. The Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, the 110 to his outside. The Napa Auto Parts Wicked Cushion, Casey Kane Sim Racing. And number 49, of David Heileman. On the inside of row number 3, the 95 machine, Dakota Kuhn. And to his outside, the Casey's General Stores, number 047. The Des Moines Iowa driver, Jason Randolph. Inside the 4th row, the Splash and Go Graphics, Unified Racing, the number 82 of Dustin Griffiths, and to his outside is going to be the Farlow Motorsports, number 075 of Dylan Workman. The 059 Trey Long starts inside of row number 5 with the 48 machine of Brett Osgood to his outside. And on the back row, the number 238 of Anthony Marvalijo. Okay, so just 1 or 2 more minor adjustments still to go with those. They're going to work out pretty good once we get all the drivers' photos and all their information. Ten laps, the distance each heat race. Top 4 transferring to the A main directly. Everyone else going to take a trip to the consolation races. See if they can work their way into the 24 car A main field. When we get through the heat races, we'll have 20 of them. We'll only look and be for 4 more. Mike Keegan, James Stern on the front row. Heat race number 1 about to go green right here. Session number 2.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Mike Keegan, good jump. Going to put himself out. P1, James Tiernan right behind that, but off the top side, the Hulk, David Heileman. Working on the top side, trying to find his way a little bit further forward than third. Doesn't want to be near that bubble. Jason Randolph hanging on to that 4th spot. Randolph now 3 wide. Workman was on the inside. Hanley was in the middle. Randolph was on the top now. Hanley goes to the outside. Randolph in the middle. Workman still down on the bottom. Workman going to throw it in deep right here. 3 and 4. He's going to come out with the spot. But Hanley more momentum down the front backstretch. Looking back at the front. Keegan still hanging on to the lead. Tiernan into second. David Heileman still sitting in third. Kevin Hanley hanging on to that 4th spot right in front of the 75 machine, Dylan Workman. Four down, 6 to go. Dakota Kuhn now working his way up into the top 6. Got around Jason Randolph. The battle, these front 4 cars, very tight first and second. David Heileman starting to work the bottom now. Tiernan drops it down a lane. Couldn't get the run off the exit. 4 to go off turn number 4. Still Keegan, Tiernan, Heileman, Hanley, but Dylan Workman. Good run around the top right there. You saw him close in on the back of the 110 machine. Cadillac man on the slider line, but Workman able to hold serve, not losing ground, but he didn't pick any up that time. Oh, Tiernan and Keegan making some contact. Those two going to fall out of the top 2 spots now. Going to be a battle for 4th. Tiernan up the inside. More contact there. Kuhn flying around the high side. Keegan's got the 4th spot. Tiernan trying to get it. Couldn't get it all the way up there. Hanley's got the lead as Heileman has problems on the bottom. So now it's Hanley, Workman 1, 2, Heileman 3, Keegan 4. You see 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the screen. White flag off turn number 4. This time Kevin Hanley has it in hand. 3/4 of a second out in front. Workman into second. Heileman third. Keegan fourth, and Keegan going to have company when he gets down to turn 3. He goes low to the inside, locks the door. Oh, Workman's running out of fuel. So it's going to be Hanley, then Heileman, then Keegan, and then Tiernan, your top 4. Dylan Workman, a quarter lap short on fuel, and he is going to relegate himself into the alphabet soup tonight. Not how he had it planned. So heat race 2, gridding out on the end of pit road. On the pole, the Mickey's wide mouth, number 34, that's going to be Ryan Pace. On his outside, in the Woolhawk, number 38, that's a team setting machine, that's Brett Strickler. Row 2 inside, Dave Blaney Racing, Mohawk, JMB, number 15, Michael Sheridan to his outside of the 19 Designs, Wicked Cushion, team setting, number 57 of the Flying Aussie, Craig Dunn. Row 3 inside, Black Diamond Motorsports, number 42, Sean Wallenfelsen to his outside, the Casey Kane Sim Racing. Wicked Energy Gum, number 9 of the Toledo Rocket, Chris Brenner. Row 4 on the inside, the Premier Door, number 4 machine, Keith Jackson, and on his outside, Black Diamond Motorsports driver in the 36, that is Nathan Davis. Row 5 on the inside, another team setting machine. It's going to be the 22 machine of Mason Hannigan, and on his outside, Brandon Igo drives the 67 car. And on the back row in the UDSRA High Side Racewear, number 81, that is Cody Hartlob. Yeah, Peyton, I was thinking the same thing, but I don't want to be disappointed. So 10 more laps. Top 4 going to make the transfer. Everybody else, soup time for you. Pace trucks in, green flag on the speedway.
Green, green, green.
Ryan Pace. That green machine, everybody knows about green race cars. We'll see how it plays out for him in this one. Right now, Pace, Strickler, Dunn, Sheridan, your top 4. Sean Wallenfels in 5th. Chris Brenner around the high side, giving 4 spot. Big crash back at the back. Both cars get turned around the right way. Igo, Jackson able to power up and keep going. No caution on the speedway. Craig Dunn on the move into 2nd spot. Got around Strickler. Strickler trying to cross him over right here. Chris Brenner still sitting in the 4th spot, but Ryan Pace able to put the green machine out in front and keep it there. Oh, Strickler and Brenner contact. That's going to let Wallenfels around the outside. Move Wallenfels to 3rd. Put Brett Strickler in the 4th spot. Here comes Nathan Davis, and Davis is looking for a spot when the caution comes out. Chris Brenner's car upside down, and I'm going to wonder if maybe Mr. Brenner found his way over the top of the cushion. That was the contact right there with he and Strickler. Oh, then he tried to come into the inside, and Michael Sheridan was already on the line, working his way around to the top. That's going to put Mr. Brenner looking at consolation races. The field in behind the Pace truck. How you doing, Derek? I was wondering where you've been. All right, lights still on the Pace truck, so we got at least one more behind the Pace truck, maybe 2 here. Top 10 right now. Pace, Dunn, Wallenfels, Strickler, Davis, Sheridan, Hannigan, Hartlob, Jackson, and Chris Brenner off the track. Brandon Igo off the track. So we're going to be looking at 3 laps to go when we get the green. Pace, Dunn, Wallenfeld, Strickler hanging on to those top 4 spots. Nathan Davis and Michael Sheridan, 5th and 6th, looking to get their way in. What stops you, Jeremy? Pace truck is in. Pace is on the throttle. Strickler peeked to the outside of Wallenfeld, but didn't advance the spot. Now he goes to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Still going to be 4th when he comes off. It's still Pace, Dunn, Wallenfels, and Strickler. Now Wallenfeld's slide job on Craig Dunn. These two going back and forth with each other. Strickler now got his hands full. Nathan Davis right there in 5th, trying to make a direct transfer spot out of it. Gonna see the white flag right here off of turn number 4 one more time around. And Davis goes to the slider line. He'll bring that car out wide at the exit of turn 2. Strickler cuts underneath. Does he have enough to get down there? Drives it in, moves Davis out of the way. Pace, Dunn, Wallenfels, and Strickler. And I guess the way you look at that one, sometimes when you pinch, you pay. And Mr. Davis tried to shut the door. Mr. Strickler said, well, here's a big fat right rear for you, buddy. All right. We're now on the end of pit road. We're going to take a look at this one more time, see if it's going to work for us. Yeah, we're not going to like that very much, so we're not going to do that right now. One more adjustment to it, then we're going to love it to death. On the pole, the Dirt Track Ambassador, DOB Bastard Breaking Cushion number 20. That's Jonathan Lowe to his outside. The Mode Media House number 9, Justin Thomas. Row 2 on the inside, the Wicked Relief Gun with CBD number 25C, Kevin Click. And on his outside, the Next Gen Fab, Dirt Armada number 22 of Sir Fence-A-Lot himself, Jason Nygaard. Row 3 on the inside, the Rat Bag, 002, Matt Williams. And to his outside, the Black Number Motorsports, number 80 of the King, Josh Stanke. Row 4 inside, going to be the 714, Brandon Lacey. And on his outside, the 218, that's Callum Norseman. Row 5, Bobby Beatty, Bobby Boucher Beatty. The 367 on the inside, and the 751, that's going to be Nick Nichols. On the outside and on the back row by himself, that's the 63 machine of Jonathan Smith, your 11 cars. 10 laps, top 4 going to transfer right to the A-main. Everybody else going to the alphabet soup. Gotcha. Don't forget likes and shares. Lots of follows, guys. Appreciate it every single night. Glad you're tuning in, guys. On our way to 5,000 followers. Well, right now, we're on our way to the green flag in heat race number 3, session number 2. Dirty Old Bastards Wiki Cushion 360 series from Knoxville. Jonathan Lowe on the loud pedal. Green flag over the raceway. And these guys jump single file in the top 5 real quick. Lowe, Thomas, Click, Nygaard, Lacey, your top 5. Brandon Lacey's car flashing out just a little bit. Justin Thomas cut low off the exit of 4. Going to make a bid for the lead. He's got it in turn 2. Jonathan Lowe going to settle into second. Kevin Click, Jason Nygaard. Right in behind that. Josh Steinke on the move. Got around Lacey. He's into 5th. He's looking to bid into 4th right here. Trying to get away around the top side and clear Sir Fence-A-Lot. Nygaard shuts the door on the exit of 2 down the backstretch. Now Steinke slide job. Doesn't go ahead and put it up in front of him. And he lets Nygaard hang on to the 4th spot for right now. Kevin Click making a bid for second around Jonathan Lowe. That pass gonna stick. Thomas out in front. Click, Lowe, Nygaard, your top 4. Josh Steinke in 5th now. Is falling back just a little bit. And he's still in the clutches of Brendan Lacey. Oh, Jason Nygaard a little free, and Brendan Lacey finishes him off. Nygaard looked pretty smooth off a turn 2. Down the backstretch, he and Lowe make a little contact. He finds that cushion in the right rear, hops over and breaks loose. And he's along for the ride, and he cuts across the nose of the 714 of Brendan Lacey. Keeps the car under power. Is it going to be about a 2-lap shootout? When we go back to green, Thomas, Click, Lowe, Steinke, Beatty, Norseman, Nichols, Nygaard, Lacey, and Jonathan Smith, your top 10. Matt Williams off track, 5 laps down. So he parked the car pretty early. Don't forget, guys, if you're tuning in on Twitch or you're tuning in via the YouTube channel, say hi in the chat. We do see you. Lights off on the pace truck, 2-lap shootout. Heat race number 3. Oh, Tana. Thomas off the point. Click. Lowe, Steinke, top 4. Bobby Beatty right there in 5th, looking to make a bid to get into one of the transfer spots, but the green flag coming out.
Green flag, green flag.
Keep our eye back here on these guys in the last 2 transfer spots. Steinke around the high side. Move him to 3rd. Put Jonathan Lowe on the bubble. Beatty a little ways back. Lowe under the white flag one more time around. Steinke trying to get to 2nd. Looks to the inside to Click off turn number 4. Second flag for Justin Thomas, Kevin Click, Josh Steinke, and Jonathan Lowe all transferring to the A main. Beatty, Norseman, Nygaard, Lacey, Nichols, Smith, and Williams. Consolation races for those boys. And we're 3 down, 2 to go. On the pole, the 92 machine, the Browns, quality, paint and body. Paint and grease. On his outside, the 001. Going to be Anthony Job inside of row number 2. Team setting number 84, Billy Riley to his outside. The Elite 7, number 1 car of Austin M. Car. Row 3 inside, going to be the Dirty Old Bastards, number 21, Tyler Henselman. And on his outside, the 21 car, that's Kevin Fry. Row 4 on the inside, the Titleist, number 044, that's Mike Henninger. And to his outside, the Pennzoil, number 071, that's Tim Nichols. Row 5 on the inside. That is the team setting number 44 of Adam Buchanan. And to his outside, the Geek Squad, number 098, that is Garrett Adams. 10 cars, 10 laps, top 4. Straight transfer spots, everybody else, alphabet soup time. Yeah, we'll see. They'll find a way to shoot themselves out of a game. They keep shooting like that, they won't. All right, heat race 4 about to go green. Off turn number 4, Grease and Joe, front row.
Green, green, green.
Woo, big stack up on the start. That's going to put a lot of guys in jeopardy, and there's exactly what happens when you stack the field up. Tim Nichols' car into the outside fence. No caution. He was behind the field. He'll get that thing on to pit road. And we won't have a caution at lap 1. Peyton Grease, Billy Rowley, Anthony Job, Austin Carr, your top 4. But Carr, company on the inside. Tyler Henselman trying to work into one of the transfer spots. Still Grease and Rowley, 1-2. Carr now into third underneath Anthony Job. Moved Job into the final transfer spot. And Austin Carr working the slider line. Almost into the side of Anthony Job. Had a great run off the exit of the corner. We're about to have a battle for the lead. Billy Rowley's working the top side. Peyton Grease working on the bottom. Rowley's finding the momentum, and he's got the lead at the line that time by. Austin Carr slings it in deep low right there in turns 1 and 2. He and Grease making contact. Slows both cars down. Anthony Job to second. Now Tyler Henselman into the final transfer spot. Move the 21 car onto the bubble. And he's working on the outside of Peyton Grease, trying to get third away. Still Henselman in the final transfer spot. 4 to go this time off turn number 4. Now Henselman around the high side. Take him to third. Move Grease into fourth. Here comes Austin Carr on the high side. That car into the wall. Bounces off, and he loses another spot. Moving back to 6th. Adam Buchanan closing in for the battle. 3rd and 4th. He's in 5th trying to find the transfer spot. I think Peyton Grease's car might be damaged. He seems a little off pace. 2.5 to go. 3-car battle for the final transfer spot. We're watching it right here. Grease, the yellow and black car. Austin Carr, blue and yellow on the inside. Adam Buchanan, the white and blue car, way out of shape right there. I think we might be able to count him out. Lap and a half to go. Rowley still out front of Job. Henselman 3rd. Peyton Grease off the top side. He's still going to be 4th at the line. Now Austin Carr tried to slide up right there. Maybe make him a little nervous. Didn't happen. Grease in on the bottom. Works the slider line off turn number 4. Rowley's going to win the heat race. Job, Henselman. Peyton Grease going to make the transfer spots. Austin Carr, Buchanan, Henninger, Adams, Fry, and Nichols into the consolation races. Derek, that was Adam Buchanan. All right, on the pole for heat race number 5. The Dirt Track Ambassador, Dirty Old Bastards. Wiki Cushion number 93 of the Catfish, Chris Robertson, to his outside. The Team VLR number 327 of Blake Machulis. Row 2 on the inside, the NOS Energy, number 54, Alex Stoutinger, and on his outside, Swindale Speed Labs, number 5K, Rusty Kruger. Row 3 on the inside, Dave Blaney Sim Racing Team, number 19 of Jeremy Zarfus, and on his outside, the Dirt Racing Network, Black Diamond Motorsports, number 91, Ernie Williams. Row 4 on the inside, the Dude, 072 of Jeffrey Stewart, and to his outside, Unified Racing, number 003 of Cody Downard. Row 5 on the inside, Dirty Old Bastards, Dirt Track Bastards, Wicked Cushion, number 77 of Aaron Schaefer, and on his outside, the 221, that's Kyle Jenkins. Final heat race, 10 cars. 10 laps, top 4 to the A main. Everybody else, get your bowl, get your spoon. We're going to work through the alphabet soup. Going green right here off turn 4. The pace truck is headed to the infield. Roberts, Machulis off the front row. Roberts on the gas. Green flag in the air. Roberts went from the inside to the outside. Machulis went from the outside to the inside. He's got the lead down the backstretch. Chris Roberts sitting in second. Rusty Kruger third. Ernie Williams the final transfer spot. Cody Downard hit the outside wall hard off of turn number 4. Able to keep the car straight, but this is a big wad of cars back here, all checked up for him. At the front, that's Ernie Williams around Chris Roberts. Into second, went off of turn 4 and shot around him. Move Roberts to third. Kruger is in fourth, and here comes Alex Stoudinger. Everybody on the top side in that front 4 except for Alex Stoudinger in fifth. He went to the bottom, and I don't think he's really losing any ground. Finding something special down there. He gets around Kruger. Chris Roberts would much rather be on the bottom than the top, I can assure you of that. And here's his opportunity to get there. Slide job from Stoudinger, and Stoudinger now crossing back over, trying to work that bottom side down the back stretch. These two battling for third, but at the front, Ernie Williams has caught Machulis, and he's going to go around the high side, and he's got the lead at the line. Halfway home in this one. These two wheel to wheel down to turn 3. Blake keeping it down on the bottom. Ernie up on the top. Blake that time at the line. Chris Roberts, Alex Stoudinger still third and fourth. Rusty Kruger sitting back here in fifth, looking for an opening. Battle at the front still going. Williams got a good drive off the top of the corner. They were dead even at the line. Williams cutting underneath. Not able to get it there. Machulis is running an interesting line. He's coming off high and then kind of angling the car to enter down low, and now he can't do it because Williams had the bottom. Williams with the slide line, in and out, in low, out high. He's got the lead. Machulis going to work the bottom side, see if he can take the spot back. But at the white flag, it's Ernie Williams, Blake Machulis, Chris Roberts, Alex Stoudinger, your top 4. Slide job from Blake that time. He wasn't able to stick, and I think that seals the deal. If Ernie Williams can keep the rubber on the road, he's going to win heat race number 5. Go straight to the A main. Machulis second. Roberts working the high side. He's going to have third. Stoudinger fourth. Kruger, Zarfus, Downard, Schaefer, Stewart, and Jenkins. We'll see them shortly. D main time. As soon as this session ends, they will move us to our D main. 13 cars scheduled to be in this one. Some top shelf talent in this one. On the pole, the 238, Anthony Marvalijo to his outside. 36 car, Nathan Davis. Row 2 on the inside, the 367, Bobby Beatty, and the 56, Kevin Fry. Inside of row number 3, that's going to be the 77 of Aaron Schaefer on his outside, the 75, Dylan Workman. The 9 car, Chris Brenner, inside row 4, and Jonathan Smith, the 63, on his outside. Scheduled in row 5 on the inside, the 71 car, Tim Nichols, and to his outside, the 221, Kyle Jenkins. Row 6 on the inside, it's supposed to be the 48 of Brett Osgood, and the 67 on the outside, that's Brandon Igo. And Matt Williams, the 002 car, on the back row by himself. Looks like we're going to get 10 of the 13 scheduled. So that inside row will just keep scooching up. And we'll We'll put 10 cars out on the track. We're going to keep the top 4 at the end of the race, move them into the back of the C main. Everybody else is done for the night. Send our first 6 plus the 3 that did make the call home. And we're going to do the same thing in the C main. Take 13 cars, put them out there, and keep 4. Send 9 more to the house. Eventually, we'll cut it down where the top 20 that are already locked into the A main are joined by the final 4 from the B main. We'll put 35 laps up on the board. And feature number 2 will get underway here in just a little bit. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Stay with us. Going to get exciting. Had to run through that, guys. I got to figure out and write down the adjustments I got to make so that as we go forward, we can start using that full time. But right now, green flag over the D main. Marvalijo on the throttle. Quick chase being given. Davis on the top. Schaefer in the middle. Brenner on the bottom. Dylan Workman now around the high side. Nathan Davis around the outside takes the lead at the line from Marvalijo. Matt Williams put his hat in a ring here. Started deep in this field. Started about 7th or 9th. He is now inside your top 4. But Davis and Workman around the high side. 1-2. Marvalijo in 3rd. Matt Williams sitting in 4th. Chris Brenner trying to work the cushion. That 9 car not really liking the cushion a whole lot, and he's not going forward. If anything, he's losing ground to the 002 car. Matt Williams starting to put the pressure on Anthony Marvalijo down here. He goes to the inside. Marvalijo goes up high. Chris Brenner going to have a run off turn 2, and he's got the 4th spot. Enter in turn 3. And we get our first caution, I believe. Kyle Jenkins' car backwards. Up on the berm. Seeing what happened here to Mr. Jenkins. Oh, up over the cushion. Car's going to snap loose right there. And there's a car coming at him. That was Kevin Fry. And that's really all it takes for you to be sideways with company still arriving. And that's going to trigger the iRacing caution flag. So it's Davis, Workman, Beatty, and Williams holding down the front 4 spots. That's not right. It's Davis, Workman, Williams, and Brenner holding down the front 4 spots. Marvalijo, Igo, Schaefer, Smith, Jenkins, and Kevin Fry. The 10 cars that were on the track. Lights still on the pace track. We got at least one more, so we're going to have about a 3-lap shootout this time. Finish up the D main. Only 10 laps on the board. Good evening, Mr. Wheeler. Mr. Pins, this is iRacing. You can check it out, iRacing.com. Make sure that your PC meets the minimum specs. Wheel and pedal set. And when you're ready to go racing, send me a message through the Dirt Racing Network's page as a private message, and I will get you hooked up with 3 free months of the basic subscription. You can check it out, see if you like it. All right, we're going to be going green this time. 3 laps to go. D main.
Green flag, green flag.
Davis streaks away from the field as the green flag flies. Matt Williams to the inside of Dylan Workman. That's for 2nd and 3rd right there. Workman's going to hang on to it. Chris Brenner back here in the 4th spot, trying to keep that car pointed the right way. Marvalijo not able to put the slider in there on him. Marvalijo's car way out of shape. Let's Brandon Igo into the 5th spot. 2 to go, just under 2, about a lap and a half right now. Nathan Davis half a second over Dylan Workman. Matt Williams, you see right there, the gray and blue machine running in third. Chris Brenner, that orange and black car on the top, trying to take that away. Your top 4 cars going to stay on the server for the next race. They're going to move into the C main. Everybody else is going to be done, and Brenner just about knocks the fence down the back stretch, but he hangs on to the car. He and Williams crossing each other over. Davis wins it. Workman second, Brenner in third, and Matt Williams, your final transfer car. Everybody else done for the night. Those 4 cars going to move to the back of the C main. Put 12 laps back on the board. Get these guys back out here. Sup? Trying to get some street cred, are you, Brett? Oh, just waiting on the session to end here. Still got a car out on the track. That should just about get us there. C main going to start gridding out at the end of pit road. On the pole, going to be the 059 machine of Trey Long. 2 is outside. The 81, that's Cody Hartlob. Row 2 inside. The 714, Brennan Lacey on the outside. Mike Henninger, the 044. Inside row 3, the 003 car. Cody Downard on his outside. The 95, Dakota Kuhn. Inside of row number 4, Keith Jackson, the 104 machine on his outside. The 75 car. It's going to be Nick Nichols. Garrett Adams starting the 098 on the inside of row number 5 with the 72 machine of Jeff Stewart to his outside. And from the D main, the 36 car, Nathan Davis inside row 6 with Dylan Workman, the 75 on his outside. And in the back row, the 9 car, Chris Brenner, Matt Williams, the 002. Plenty of that, yeah. Plenty of puh. That's what you got. How you doing, little kiwi cream puff? Been doing all right? All right, 14 cars in this one. Top 4 get a stay at the end of 12 laps. Everybody else is done for the night. Oh, Brett. I don't know what we're going to do with you. Long and Hartlob on the front row. Lacey and Henninger, row number 2. C main about to get underway. Camden Carr. Well, send me something about that. Let me see what you got there, buddy. All right, pace truck headed in. 12 laps on the board. C main underway. Trey Long quickly out into the lead, takes it to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Cody Hartlob looks like he's fighting that car off turn number 2, but he gets it squared away and closes the gap quickly. Now goes to the high side, makes a bid for the lead, and he got it. Move the 81 machine to the point. Trey Long back to second, and he's got a pack of cars behind him. Cody Downard, 003 machine working the bottom side, trying to get a spot from him. He sits in 4th right in front of him. Brendan Lacey, the 714, around the top side, finds the fence. That ain't going to bode well. That collects Dakota Kuhn. Looks like caution time. I think Chris Brenner right in the middle of this one. Oh, my goodness, that 44 machine just comes screaming through there. We do not want to take a ride in the in-car on that cam. Wow. Let's go back and see what happened back here. Brenner was coming around the high side. Oh, Brendan Lacey's car was right there. And Chris Brenner knocked the entire front end off of his car. You see Mike Henninger's car found one of the glitches, and that thing just shot through what would be the virtual world right there. That's outstanding. How in the world does that happen? Man. All right. Set your top 10 real quick for you here. Hartlob, Downard, Long, Jackson, Davis, Nichols, Brenner, Williams, Workman, and Stewart. Only the top 4 get to hang around. Everybody else going to be done. Nathan Davis started 11th in this one. He is up to 5th. So he is trying to play Alphabet Soup Bandit tonight. Good evening, Mr. Maddox. We're going to have about 6 to go when we get the green, it looks like. So right at the halfway point in this one. Lights just went off on the pace truck. Green off turn 4. C main. 6 to go. Hartlob on the throttle. Squirts away from the field. Going to have easy lead when he gets down to turn 1. Downard, Long. Now Davis and Jackson battling over the final transfer spot. Jackson's got it. Davis wants it. Jackson staying on the high side. Runs the cushion. Now he's working around the outside of Trey Long. Put Long on the bubble. Trey Long in the 4th spot. Got Nathan Davis right behind him, staying on the bottom. How long is it before Davis goes to the top side? That's his M.O. Get high, get wide, and get fast. But he's got Chris Brenner coming in right behind him. He's got to go quickly. 4 to go this time by. Davis needs to make short work of Long if he's going to have any chance to transfer, because Chris Brenner is there. Slide job in 3 and 4. Brenner up in front of Davis. Nowhere for Davis to go. Couldn't make the crossover. The long car down on the inside, and Chris Brenner now has the cushion all to himself. Off of turn 2, big run. Going to get even. They're going to drag race to turn 3. It's still Hartlob, Downard, and Jackson in the front 3 spots. We're watching the battle for the final transfer, and Brenner's got it off turn number 4. Nathan Davis clears on the inside. Now it's going to be the 36 and the 9 car battling for the final transfer spot for the last lap and a half. Oh, a little bit of contact. Davis out wide. Brenner across the bumps. That might seal the deal right there. White flag in the air for Hartlob. Downard second. Jackson third. Now Jackson around the high side takes second away from Downard. But Hartlob's going to win the C main. He's going to transfer to the B. He's going to take Jackson, Downard, and Brennard with him. Everybody else done for the night. Davis, Williams, Workman, Kuhn, Nichols, Adams, Stewart, Lacey, and Henninger finished for the evening. So we're going to see the top 4 out of this one in the back 2 rows of the B main. 14 laps going to be on the board. What are you streaming, Brett? Just random races or something special? Or all right, B-Main gridding out on the end of pit row right now. On the pole, the old 47, Jason Randolph on his outside, the 15, Michael Sheridan. Row 2, inside, Cal Norseman outside, Austin Carr. Inside row 3, Rusty Kruger outside, Dustin Griffin. Row 4, Mason Hannigan inside, Jason Sir Fencelot Nygaard on the outside. Row 5, Adam Buchanan on the inside, Jeremy Zarfos on the outside. Row 6, from the C main, Cody Hartlob, the 81 inside, Keith Jackson, the 4 car on the outside. And on the back row, Cody Downer, the 003, and on his outside, the Toledo Rocket, Chris Brenner. Rounding out the 14 car field. 14 laps on the board. Top 4 into the back of the A main. Everybody else done for the night. So you're doing it from UDTV and not Wheeler page, right? Cool. All right, we're going green this time off turn number 4, the B main. Last chance. Randolph and Sheridan on the front row going to bring us to the green 14 times around. Top 4 stay, everybody else done for the night. Green flag in the air. Austin Carr immediately cutting from the outside of row 2 to the inside. He's going to make a bid for the lead down the backstretch, and he's got it. Randolph's car out of shape. That might stack everybody behind him up, and it does a little. Gives a gap to Sheridan in second over the 3-wide battle for third right there. Norseman, Kruger, now Nygaard in the middle of it. Callum Norseman, the final transfer spot. Right now, he's chasing Kruger, Sheridan, and Carr 1, 2, 3 in front of him. Jason Randolph on the top side trying to hang on. See if he can work his way back around. He started outside the front row. And now he's fighting just to stay inside the top 7. Jason Nygaard around him, the 22 machine. Trying to make his way. Or actually, that's Mason Hannigan.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Mason Hannigan had the cars confused there. It's Mason Hannigan's 22 machine around the outside. Speaking of the other 22 machine, Sir Fence-A-Lot doing what Sir Fence-A-Lot does. Gets into the outside wall. Keith Jackson runs into the back of him. So that'll do it for Nygaard, Griffiths, and Jackson. So 3 of them out, 11 still on track. It's all good. It's for a good cause. Carr, Sheridan, Kruger, Hannigan holding down the 4 transfer spots. Norseman, Zarfos, Randolph, Brenner, Downard, and Hartlob rounding in the top 10. Adam Buchanan, the 11th car back here. He's got Keith Jackson back on track right behind him. Jackson, part of that earlier incident. Front wing just a little bit misshapen now. Shouldn't be too much of a deterrent. Keep him from going fast. So 8 to go when they take the green. Yeah, Doyle, he did. Green flag in the air. 8 to go. B main taking the top 4 out of this one. Everybody else going to be done right now. It's Carr, Sheridan, Kruger, and Hannigan. Mason Hannigan, the 22 machine right there, hanging on to that final spot right in front of Callum Norseman. Chris Brenner, the Toledo Rockets, working his way through the alphabet soup now, trying to get to the top side. Move him into 5th. Now he's chasing Hannigan down. Like to make that transfer spot. Bad luck in his heat race. Almost didn't make it through the consolation races. But now he's going to slide job Hannigan in 3 and 4. Not able to make that one stick. But he let him know he was there. Under 6 laps to go. Kruger in 3rd, Hannigan in 4th, Brenner in 5th. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right there on the screen. The orange car out front. Michael Sheridan hanging on to 2nd. Everybody closing in now. Hannigan off the top side takes 3rd. Move Kruger onto the bubble. Austin Carr holding serve at the front. Has the lead. Oh, Hannigan out of shape. Is that going to give Brenner the opportunity he needs to get around him? And it does. Now Brenner off the top side, going to go to work on Kruger. Hannigan going to make a 3 wide in 3 and 4. 3 laps to go this time by. Move Brenner to 3rd. Kruger on the bubble. The 5 car, the blue, black, and white machine on the bottom. Trying to hold off Mason Hannigan off the top side. 2 to go for Austin Carr. Chris Brenner around Michael Sheridan into second, move Sheridan to third. Hannigan around Kruger into fourth. Put the 22 car on the bubble now. White flag out this time. Austin Carr 1.5 seconds ahead of Chris Brenner. Michael Sheridan behind that, now working the bottom side. Mason Hannigan into the final transfer spot on the final lap. Well, now Austin Carr wins the B main. He brings Chris Brenner, Michael Sheridan, and Mason Hannigan into the A main with him. Everybody else done for the evening. Yes, we do. We either have to love it or we absolutely have to hate it. We don't have another choice. I personally am not a fan. Wicked Kitchen makes it possible the Dirt Racing Network to cover Dirty Old Bastards Racing right here each and every night for you. Drop by Wicked Kitchen. Check out all the gadgets, the apparel, all the different things they've got over there. Use the code DOBRL for a 10% discount. And if you get your orders in on race night by midnight, your shipping is always free. It's wickedcushion.com. I see Mr. Close has joined us again. Good evening, sir. Just about 40 seconds left in the warm-up session. 35 laps up on the big board. 24 cars ready to do battle. Session 1, Alex Bergeron was the winner. David Heileman came home second. And Ernie Williams in third. Mr. Bergeron not making race number 2, so we will have a different winner. No sweep tonight. Yeah, Brett, he has moments when he really does, and then he'll have that moment where he finds the wall just about as easily up there on that cushion. That thing is flat evil. All right, warm-up session running out right here, and that's going to be time for the Raven Graphics starting lineup. On the pole, the 110 card, Kevin Hanley to his outside, the 34 Ryan Pace. Row 2 on the inside, Justin Thomas in the 9, and on his outside, Billy Rowley drives the 84. Wait for some of these cars to get gridded out here. Row 3 on the inside, the 91, Ernie Williams, and on his outside, the X of Mike Keegan. 57 machine, the flying Aussie Craig Dunn inside row number 4, Kevin Click on his outside, the 25. 001 car, Anthony Job inside row number 5 with Blake Machulis, the 327 on his outside. On the inside of row number 6, the Hulk, David Heilman in the 49, and on his outside, the 42 machine, Sean Wallenfels. Row 7 inside, the King, Josh Steinke drives the 80 car, and Tyler Henselman on his outside, the 21. The Catfish, Chris Roberts inside row number 8, the 93, and his teammate on his outside. Well, that isn't going to be his teammate. That outside row jumped a little bit further. It's going to be James Tiernan in the 210. 38 car, Brett Strickler inside row number 9, and John Lowe, the 20, whom we saw on screen, is on his outside. Row 10 on the inside, Peyton Grease, the 292, and Alex Stoudinger in the 54. And in the final 2 rows, coming in from the B main, Austin Carr, the 1 machine, Toledo Rocket, Chris Brenner in the 9. And on the back row, Michael Sheridan drives the 15, and Mason Hannigan, the 22. That's your 24-car A main field. They got 35 laps to get it all settled out. All right, these guys about to go green. 35 laps. Hanley, Pace on the front row. Pace truck in. Green flag.
Green, green, green.
Down to turns 1 and 2. Hanley's got the inside, but not much of an advantage. Ryan Pace going to rock it from the outside into the lead. Justin Thomas tried to bring the 9 car around the high side and take second away, but Hanley was able to hang on to it for the time being. Not any longer. Now he's got Ernie Williams to worry about. Put Pace out in front of Thomas. Hanley sitting in third temporarily, I think, because Ernie Williams finding the speed on the top side. The 91 car working the cushion. He's got the spot off turn number 4. Move Hanley to 4th. Rowley is 5th. Wallenfels is 6th. Craig Dunn back here in a hornet's nest. The Hulk right in the middle of this. Machulis through the center, threads the needle. Brenner on the top side. Keegan way outside. 3, 4 wide on the exit of turn number 4. Contact. Machulis and Brenner. Now Brenner up the hill, misses everybody. But Craig Dunn, the beneficiary of all the contact and the broken momentum. Keep him in the 7th spot out in front. Ryan Pace, 7/10 of a second over Justin Thomas. Ernie Williams is now closed up on the push bar of the 9 car. He sits in 3rd, making a bid for 2nd. Five laps into the 35 lap. A main. Pace, Thomas, and Williams, your top 3. Sean Wallenfels, Mr. No Luck, and he gets loose and loses the spot to Rowley, moving back to 5th. Right in front of Kevin Hanley. Then Craig Dunn, Chris Brenner, still battling over 6th and 7th. Brenner tries the slide job, gets Dunn a little out of shape. Dunn through the middle. Brenner's got the top side. He's got his teammate right behind him. These two working the cushion now 3 wide into turn number 3. That's for 7th, 8th, and 9th back here. Justin Thomas now starting to close the gap down to 3/10, and he's working that high side, finding all the momentum. Chasing down Ryan Pace. He's leaving Ernie Williams behind about 8/10 of a second now. And the battle at the front got super close right there. Thomas had a run, and Pace closed the door. Justin Thomas working from 2nd position. He is running the cushion about as smooth as anybody out here right now. And he's closing that gap back up on the back of the 34 machine of Ryan Pace. Now to the high side. Off of turn 2. Thomas had an advantage for a second. Now through the middle of 3 and 4. Finds all the momentum he needs. New point man. Justin Thomas in front of the field. Move Pace back to 2nd. Ernie Williams still 3rd. But Williams now closing the gap on both of these guys. It's a 3-car battle. You can put a blanket over them. Oh, Justin Thomas finds the wall. Jumps the cushion. That's going to do it for the 9 car tonight. Oh, car getting knocked all kinds of different ways. And he's going to cut it hard left, take it into the infield. Got down in the corner. Car kind of flattened out and wiggled, and as soon as it wiggled back to the right, it went up over the cushion. That right front finds that crevice back there. Sucks you down and in, and you're going for a tumble every single time. So Pace, Williams, Wallenfels, Rowley, and Brenner the top 5. Heileman, Hanley, Dunjob, and Carr rounding out your top 10. I hear you, Davis. I hear you completely, sir. 38, our new white flag. All right, Brett. Good luck, man. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks to everybody for staying tuned in. Good crowd in here right now. We appreciate it greatly. Those of you on the East Coast, I know it's getting a little late. Yeah, about 11:30. We are about to go back to green right here. Pace, Williams, Wallenfels, the top three. Rowley and Brenner in the top five, and the green flag back over the race. Wallenfels and Williams working the cushion. Williams closing the gap. Does he have the run down the backstretch? Got the car to the inside, slide job coming. Ernie Williams off of turn number 4 has got the lead, and Sean Wallenfels is working the outside. We're going to see a 2-for-1 here. Black Diamond Motorsports going to make double passes on the 34 machine. Go 1-2 this time around. They've got him. Megan Wallenfels in second. Williams in first. Ryan Pace back to third now. Chris Brenner into fourth. David Heileman up to fifth. Billy Rowley in sixth. Dunn, Job, Hanley, and Carr rounding out the top 10. But now Ernie Williams with clear track in front of him. Closing in on 20 to go. Williams, Wallenfels, Pace. Top three right now. Ryan Pace going to be under fire pretty quickly. It's either going to be from Brenner or Heileman. Maybe both. Heileman around the high side. Almost made it a 3-wide, and Brenner snuck by on the inside. It's still Williams, Wallenfels. Now Brenner into third. Pace is fourth. Heileman is fifth. Teammates at the front working on each other pretty good here. Wallenfels got a great run that time off of 4. Into the bottom, found the berm, really broke his momentum, and his teammate cuts to the inside, but both cars had to slow. That's going to allow the 9 car, Chris Brenner, to close the gap just a little bit. We'll see him right there behind him off the bottom now. Sean Wallenfels to the point. See the 42 machine out front, the 91 running second, the 9 car in third. David Heileman, the 49, now in the fourth, and a big run down the backstretch for him. Trying to pull alongside of his teammate. Ryan Pace starting to fall back. So the top 4 inching away from the rest of the field. Billy Rowley works the inside of Ryan Pace. Craig Dunn right behind that. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th, or 5th, 6th, and 7th, excuse me. At the front, still Wallenfels. Then Williams now. Heileman around Brenner into third. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Heileman on the inside of Ernie Williams. Did he go 2-for-1 on the slider? No, he keeps it in the middle. But he clears Williams, and now he's inside working wheel to wheel on Wallenfels. Crossover move from Wallenfels off turn 2. Inches apart right there. Now Wallenfels slide job in the middle, off on the top, and Heileman threads the needle between Brenner and Wallenfels. Give him the point that time by Chris Brenner up to second, working the bottom. Oh, Williams and Wallenfels making contact down that backstretch. Able to keep the 2 cars straight. Now the battle between the teammates at the front. Brenner working the bottom. Heileman on the top. Wallenfels inside. Williams outside. Top 4 staggered in and out. "12 laps to go that time by. Brenner and Heileman still battling for the lead. Now Wallenfels around the high side is taking third. Williams took it away from Wallenfels right there. Still a side-by-side battle for the lead. Brenner on the high side. Heileman on the inside, and Heileman's got the advantage at the entrance of turn 3.
All right, man, caution is out.
10 to go this time, and we get the caution. Strickler's car rolling away slowly here. Let's see what happened to Brett. He's working back here pretty deeply. 18, 19. Oh, got up. Found that little bit of berm on the entry. Turned the car sideways. And John Lowe was still coming at him, so that triggers the caution flag. So we're inside 10 to go. 41 set to be. No, that can't be right. Right at 10 to go. 41 set to be our new white flag. Yep. So right on the 10 to go mark. Heilemann, Brenner, Williams, Wallenfels, Pace, Dunn, Rowley, Carr, Job, and Sheridan, your top 10. 22 of the 24 cars still on the track. Brett Strickler, we saw him spin out right there to bring out that last caution. He is the last car in the line. All right, going green right here off turn number 4. Heilemann, Brenner, Williams, your top 3. 10 to go when they get the green flag. And Ernie Williams all over Chris Brenner on the start right there. Brenner might have spun the tires just a little bit, and Williams is going to use the high side to come off turn 2 with second position. Now put Brenner back to third right in front of Wallenfels, and everybody else now in the mix. Ryan Pace, Craig Dunn, 5th and 6th. Brenner back to work in the bottom, starting to close the gap back up. Going to keep himself in position to make a bid for second right here. These three starting to get away from Sean Wallenfels in fourth just a little bit. Ryan Pace, Craig Dunn, Austin Carr right behind that. Rowley, Job, and Sheridan, your top 10. Williams and Brenner going at it pretty good lap after lap, turn after turn, and Brenner's got the best of it right now. 6 to go that time. Ernie Williams starting to fight the car up on the top. You saw it get way out of shape that time. It's allowing David Heilemann to start to ease away from Chris Brenner. 9/10 of a second. 2 car lengths now between Brenner and Williams for second and third. 5 to go. One second. David Heilemann out in front. Ernie Williams around the top side takes second at the entrance to turn 3. Does he have enough momentum off the exit of turn 4 to hang on to it? Yes, he does. Clear by a car length. Now off the cushion down in the middle. Brenner able to find a little bit of grip and pull alongside. 3 to go this time. Watching the battle for second, David Heilemann 1.2 seconds in front of these two right here. Williams into second. Brenner back to third. Give Williams 2.5 car lengths. 2 to go this time. Now Williams jumps the cushion, loses some ground, but didn't lose a lot right there. Still going to work the top side, try to get the drive down the backstretch. David Heilemann off turn number 4. He's going to see the white flag. 1 to go. The battle for second. Brenner with the advantage on the entry. Will Williams have enough momentum down the backstretch? Brenner's car out of fuel. Chris Brenner falling back through the field. Ernie Williams into second. Now Craig Dunn into third. David Heileman's going to win it. Ernie Williams second and Craig Dunn third. That's going to be your podium. Remind these guys how to behave, please.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
So David Heileman, Ernie Williams, Craig Dunn, 1, 2, 3. Chris Brenner's car out of fuel down the backstretch on the last lap, sitting in third. A lot of cars look like maybe they are out of fuel. Please ask Mr. Stoudinger to remove his car.
He's trying to get a push so he can finish the race.
At least Heileman landed back on his wheels right there. And we'll get these guys, try to get them lined up down here so we can get a view of the cars. Ernie Williams going to turn his car around, bring it back. Park it in between these two. We'll get a good pause on it right here. Hopefully that'll do it for us. Yeah, it looks like it might. All right, we'll wait for these guys. Looks like they're all joining us here in the team speak, so that's good. Craig Dunn, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, mate. How are you?
I am good, sir, but I promise you, you are better. Come home on the third step of the podium tonight, man. Great race for you. Third place in this field of Jackals. Talk to us about that race and how you come home third tonight, bud.
Mate, I was pretty lucky, actually. I ran the bottom. I stayed on the bottom. That cushion's really tricky, and I didn't want to get up there and make a fool of myself, so I just thought I'd stick to the bottom, and I got lucky, with Chris running out of fuel, and yeah, I just got lucky.
Well, sometimes it pays to be lucky over good any day, but man, you were very smooth all night. Really didn't put yourself in a whole lot of trouble there in the feature race. Good drive for you, charged through the field, and third place got to feel pretty good in this, pretty stout group of A main drivers right here.
Yeah, it feels good. I haven't had a good, sort of race in a while, so it's always good to get a good one under my belt, and hopefully it'll get better.
All right, man. Well, I'm sure you got a list of sponsors or fans that you want to give a shout out or a thank you to, and then we'll let the Flying Aussie go fly around for a little bit.
Yeah, mate. I've got to thank my teammates at Team SETI. That they're always willing to help out and all that sort of stuff. So I got to thank them. Obviously, Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs. Yeah, thanks.
All right, Craig. Thanks for taking the time. Look forward to seeing you again in the near future, bud.
Yeah, thanks, Roger.
All right, your third place finisher, the Flying Aussie Craig Dunn. Get ready to move on here to second place. He finished on the podium in the first one. He's going to finish on the podium again. Ernie Williams, you got a copy?
Got you, Roger.
All right, man. Well, third in the first one, second in the second one. Talk to us about this race and how you moved up a step on the podium, bud.
Man, it was rough. Cushion was a little bit worse.
Oh, we lost you.
You got me now?
I got you now.
The cushion was a little worse this race than the last one, and I just wasn't consistent enough up top to really contend with Heilman or anything. Me and Sean was battling back and forth there for a while. And I was probably slowing him up there through that section and allowed Heilman and Brenner to catch to us. And next thing you know, they were around us, and it was just I couldn't get back around them after that.
Yeah, it looked like this track was actually a little bit better from the middle and the bottom, but the top, man, that cushion just, it's not really conducive to great racing up there. Not like it should be. It's more of a mountain, and several cars jumped over it. I saw you get it a couple of times. The difficulty level in just being on that fine edge all the time, with knowing that if you go just a little too far, you're going to pay an ultimate price.
Yeah, it's very tricky. Then when you get Brenner around you and Heilman and your teammates, you know, you really want to kind of push because you don't want to give up no spots. So it's real easy to get above it. But sometimes you just got to let them get around you and build up some more momentum and try to get back around them. But, yeah, it is very, very tricky. There is some times where I'm completely off the gas and my car is just, it feels like the rear end is completely off the ground. And it's very tricky when you get above it, that's for sure.
All right, man. Well, you got a list of sponsors and shout-outs to do, and we'll let you go celebrate another fantastic podium finish, bud.
I'd like to give a shout-out to Tim Nichols from Lima, Ohio with the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. We'll be around Ohio. You guys get around and make sure you stop in and see us. We got simulators at the track. Congratulations to David on winning, Dunn for third. Black Diamond Motorsports, the boys have been working hard. And hopefully we'll keep this trend going and get back up to the front here on Thursday for the next round we get to.
All right, Ernie, congratulations again on a great second-place finish, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Thursday night.
All right. Thanks, Roger.
Second-place finisher, Ernie Williams. Well, let's get him in here. David Heilman, you got a copy?
10-4.
All right, man. Well, you get it to the top of the podium in the second session, man. Second in the first one, first in this one, one step up. Talk to us about the race and the win in session number 2.
Yeah, I was just see Alex didn't show up to this one, so it's probably he probably knew that the first race was just a fluke, and so do the rest of us.
That's what we're gonna go with. All right. Well, I like I like the way that you put that out there. It's almost like a challenge, and I don't know if you guys really want to challenge that guy that hard anymore. I mean, he started 20th and came home, first in the first race. So.
Oh, sorry, I qualified on pole. Everybody's a sandbagger.
I told him when he came in, I said, I think you do it on purpose. You just want to drive through the field. So, man, tell us about the track tonight, because in the first session, that thing was slick from the top to the bottom. And in this one, it looked like the bottom still had a little bit of something until about 10 or 12 to go. But that cushion all night long, it didn't matter which session, was just absolutely treacherous up there.
Yeah, first half race, the top was banger, and we started like mid-pack, and then Chris even got around me, and then we got to the top 5, and then I saw him go to the bottom. I thought he must have been trying to save fuel or something, because otherwise, there's no way he would have gotten off the top. But Sean and Ernie were battling for the lead there, and we were able to catch up to him and get by him. And then, in that last restart, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just go do what I did the first race, kind of, and just go back to the bottom. There's really only 2 people that I think are really better than me at Knoxville running the bottom, at least like a 360. That's Kyle King and Tim Smith, and luckily neither of them were in the race either, I guess.
Well, you come home with the men, man. I'm sure you've got a laundry list of people you need to give a thank you to, and then we'll let you go celebrate.
Epps KKR Sim Team, Nap Auto Parts, Wicked Energy Gum, and Wicked Cushion, and the Dirt Racing Network for putting it on. I'm going to go watch the end of this Thunder versus Trailblazers game. Hoping, I'm sure you are too, at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Extend it a little more. Should be
Me
a good
too.
series.
Yeah, definitely hoping they extend it. Right now, it's a 1-point game at the half, so fantastic. But thanks for taking the time to talk to us, bud. We look forward to seeing you later on in the week.
Yep, hope so.
All right. Session 2 feature winner, David Heilman. Ernie Williams was second, and a long time since we got to talk to Craig Dunn. He comes home in third. Congratulations to him. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thanks for staying up late with us. We will be back tomorrow night, Wingless Wednesdays. Wicked Energy Gum, Northwest Focus Midget Series presented by Cognitive Warriors at around 9 o'clock Eastern. Give it 9:10. And then we'll follow that up with the Pawkins Custom Tailgate Games 360 Wingless Series. Until then, we appreciate each and every one of you. Likes, follows, and shares. Tell your friends about us. Keep it dirty until tomorrow night. For Mike Peterson and myself, see you next time. Good night, everybody.